Hey, so this is Dishant from Unica University Common Application. I recommend you to watch AAU television.
AAU TV is the place to be for every person in higher education in Africa. Better be there or be nowhere.
Continuez de regarder la télé et surtout sur le AAU.
Keep watching it and it will change the way you interact with higher education on the continent. AAU, great job.
I want to tell you that AAU television is fantastic, it's educative, it's informative, and it is a must for anybody who is interested in higher education in Africa.
When I was in Accra last year, I did an interview on this TV. It's a very important mouthpiece.
It's a data, it's a bank of all we need for the development of higher education in Africa.
People should make an effort to view it because it discusses very current issues of development across the continent.
I believe that the station will continue to promote the overall development of Africa, particularly in the tertiary education sector.
AAU TV provides a platform and shares a lot of information to a broader audience. So we wish you all the best and please continue serving
AAU TV,
the voice of higher education in Africa.
It's 12 o'clock GMT and you're welcome to the AAU TV Mid-week news, coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities here in Accra, Ghana. My name is Maame Ekua, Otuakua, Nyame, and now to our top stories. South Africa's first woman VC in Sol Plaque University sets bold vision for 2030. In health, MSF opens Ebola Training Center in Kenya as DRC outbreak spirals. In business, World Bank downgrades Ghana's energy recovery program. And in international, US-Iran tensions rise over Strait of Hormuz control. Please stick with us for the news in detail after this short break. We'll be right back. And now in higher education, Professor Deborah Meyer has been installed as a third Vice Chancellor and Principal of Sol Plaque University in Kimberley, becoming the first woman to hold the office at the institution. A biochemist, AIDS activist, and former television presenter, Meyer brings a remarkable breadth of experience to the role as she sets out to lead the university into its next decade.
Meyer, who was raised in Eldorado Park in Johannesburg during the apartheid era, completed a master's degree in biochemistry at what is now the University of Johannesburg, before obtaining a PhD in biochemistry and molecular biology at the University of California on a Fulbright scholarship. She went on to lecture at the University of Johannesburg, had the biochemistry department at the University of Pretoria, and joined Sol Plaque University as Deputy Vice Chancellor for Research in 2023. A holder of more than 100 international publications and multiple research awards, she also presented the weather on the South African Broadcasting Corporation for over a decade. Reflecting on her journey, Meyer said the thread connecting her entire career was a belief in the transformative power of education and a commitment to creating opportunities for others to succeed. She acknowledged the significance of being the first woman vice-chancellor in the institution, expressing hope that the milestone would signal to others that leadership in higher education should be accessible to all talented individuals, regardless of background or gender. On balancing access with academic excellence, she said the two were not opposing objectives, but complementary ones. On her mandate for 2026 to 2030, Meyer described her vision as the third chapter in the university story, following establishment under the founding vice-chancellor and stabilization under the second. She said the next step was to position Seoul Plak University for distinction, recognized for excellent teaching, impactful research, and meaningful contributions to society. By 2030, she added she would consider her tenure a success if students were leaving equipped to thrive, if research had grown in impact, and if the university was widely known for helping shape the future of the Northern Cape.
And now, meanwhile, fraudulent Nigeria's National Universities Commission has granted an operational license for the Kumo campus of Lincoln University College, Malaysia in Gombe State, marking a significant step in transnational education on the continent. The campus is projected to serve as a center for technology-driven innovation and position Gombe as a regional hub for higher education.
Academic activities at the new campus will commence across 3 faculties, covering medicine and allied health sciences, science and computing, and management and social science. Gombe State Governor Mohamadu Inuwa Yahaya said the approval validated his state's vision of becoming a true citadel of knowledge and a destination for academic excellence in Nigeria. The Vice President and Chief Executive of Lincoln University College, Nigeria, Dr. Mutawa Alao, said the institution aimed to expand access to high-quality, globally competitive education without high costs of studying abroad, adding that the goal was to bring global education to local communities while maintaining international standards. Alao said the institution was committed to deploying internationally qualified faculty, setting up benchmark learning facilities, including laboratories, ICT system, and simulation centers, and implementing an academic model that emphasized real-world problem-solving and hands-on training. He added that strong industrial partnership in health sciences, technology, agriculture, and business were also being pursued, alongside continuous training and development opportunities for local academic staff. The institution, he said, would also ensure full compliance with all National University Commission regulation and government requirements. Professor Matfazo Adidemeji, Vice-Chancellor of the African School of Economics in Abuja, described the partnership as a welcome development, saying cooperation and collaboration among institutions often boosted competence, promoted productivity, and enhanced professionalism. He stressed that both Nigeria and Malaysia stood to benefit enormously, noting that successful cross-border academic partnerships were numerous across African universities. He added that what mattered most was the commitment of all parties to honoring the agreement, concluding that when universities went together, they went far.
Now in health, Doctors Without Borders has set up an Ebola training facility on the outskirts of Nairobi, Kenya, to prepare health workers for deployment in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the fastest growing Ebola outbreak has ever recorded and claimed at least 600 lives since mid-May. The center is equipping doctors, nurses, and clinicians with the skills needed to operate in one of the most complex emergencies in the world.
The outbreak is occurring in a region plagued by extreme poverty and multiple armed groups, where misinformation has led some locals to avoid treatment, ignore safeguards, and even attack health workers. Of the 1,759 confirmed cases recorded so far, 112 involved health workers, 35 of whom have died. The Nairobi Simulation Center, equipped with beds, mannequins, a mock laboratory, and protective gear, prepares personnel for deployment in DRC, as well as from regional countries at risk from the spreading disease. Community engagement forms a central part of the training, with health workers learning how to manage the fears of local populations often alarmed by the sudden arrival of personnel in full protective equipment. Diana Corbin, a doctor with MSF's mission in the Central African Republic, said it was essential to get communities to engage and understand the response efforts, while ensuring health workers approach them with empathy and took time to sensitize with them. She also stressed the importance of knowing one's own limits, warning that the simulation, however demanding, would be far less intense than the reality on the ground. The center began training in mid-June and is expected to run through to August and possibly beyond, training around 100 people per month, while most participants have been MSF staff. The facility will also train Kenyan Ministry of Health officials and staff from other non-governmental organizations. One trainee, Senegalese community health worker, Sise Papa Indiaga, who is soon to be deployed in the DRC, said the training had given him a measure of confidence, adding that while he was not certain he was fully ready, he was considerably less afraid.
Please stick with us for news and discovery after the short break. We'll be right back.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Welcome back from the break, and now in Discovery. The second edition of the African Space Solutions Market has opened in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, bringing together experts, decision makers, startup researchers and investors over 3 days to harness space technologies for Africa's sustainable development. The event, which was running from July 7 to 9, showcased innovations ranging from satellite imagery and artificial intelligence to drones and Earth observation.
Held at the Abidjan Exhibition Center, the marketplace is serving as a platform for practical demonstrations of how space-based technologies can address some of the continent's most pressing challenges. Innovations on display span geomatics, telecommunications, drone technology, and Earth observation, all being positioned as tools to drive Africa's development across sectors, including agriculture, mining, and construction. The event brought together public and private sector stakeholders, institutions, and investors to explore real-world applications of space technology at scale. Among the innovators present was Junior Traore, founder of startup Geophonics, who showcased a technology called the Cost Network. He explained that the technology could be applied across several areas of agriculture, particularly in land tenure security, enabling farmers and landowners to clearly identify their boundaries, know what belongs to them, and obtain the necessary property documents. The solution is being presented as a direct response to the long-standing land ownership challenges faced by farmers across the African continent. Also, exhibition at the event was Drone Group, whose sales representative, Dia Rahisa, said the company used drones to collect data and provide practical solutions to businesses across multiple industries, including construction, mining, and agriculture. His remarks reflected the broader theme of the marketplace, which is to demonstrate that space and aerial technologies are no longer distant concepts but tools already being deployed to solve everyday African challenges. Organizers say the goal is to make the African Space Solutions Market a key annual platform for accelerating the continent's space economy.
now in sport, South Africa and Mamelodi Sundowns midfielder Jaden Adams has died at the age of 25, just days after representing his country at the FIFA World Cup. His passing was confirmed by South Africa's Minister of Sport, Art and Culture, Gayton Mackenzie, who described the news as a profound shock to the nation. The cause of death has not yet been confirmed, with the minister appealing for restraint and compassion from the media and public as the family and club grieve.
Minister Mackenzie said South African football had lost one of its brightest young talents, and that the nation mourned alongside Adams' family, his teammates, and millions of supporters across the country. He appealed to the media and the public to refrain from speculation, while the family and Mamelodi Sundowns were given the space and privacy they needed during an incredibly difficult time. In a detail that has moved many, Adams started South Africa's opening World Cup group game against the Czech Republic just hours after learning of his grandmother's death. He was substituted at halftime. Adams came through the ranks at Stellenbosch before joining Mamelodi Sundowns last year, going on to help the club win the CAF Champions League this year, one of the highest honors in African football. Mackenzie said death had cruelly stolen one of South Africa's own, robbing the nation of a remarkable footballer. But he stressed that nothing could take away the legacy Jaden Adams had left behind, remembering him for his humility, his extraordinary talents, and the pride with which he represented South Africa.
And now Ghana's 2024 MC and Hype Man of the Year, MC Portfolio, has publicly commended the organizers of the Ghana DJ Awards for their continued effort to recognize and elevate the work of DJs and MCs in the country's entertainment industry. In a post shared on Saturday, July 11th, the award-winning MC expressed appreciation for the scheme's role in transforming DJs and event hosts into recognized brands, while pledging continued support as preparations begin for this year's edition. The 2026 DJ Awards, powered by Smirnoff, is expected to be launched on August 1st.
MC Portfolio said the Ghana DJ Awards had played a significant role in decorating DJ and host culture in Ghana, injecting into the space a strong sense of value for music tastemakers across the country. He added that the award scheme had made DJs and MC superstars, giving them ratings and recognition within today's event architecture. He stressed that the facelift the scheme added to brands in the industry could not be underestimated. The award-winning MC further expressed gratitude for the organizers' consistent support of the industry year after year, saying the DJs and MCs embraced them with warmth as they continue to grow together. He extended blessings to the organizers as preparations warm up for this year's edition. MC Portfolio was crowned MC and Hype Man of the Year at the 2024 Ghana DJ Awards in recognition of his outstanding contributions to Ghana's events and entertainment industry. His remarks reflect a growing appreciation for the award scheme's role in promoting excellence and professionalizing the work of DJs and event hosts across the country.
And now in business, the World Bank has downgraded Ghana's energy sector recovery program from moderately satisfactory to unsatisfactory in its latest implementation report released on June 30, 2026. The downgrade follows delays in implementing key electricity sector reforms due to financing constraints, procurement restrictions, election-related disruptions, and slow implementation by government agencies. The program, launched to improve the financial sustainability of Electricity Company of Ghana, strengthen operational efficiency, and expand access to clean cooking solutions, has recorded limited progress, with the World Bank urging stronger coordination to get reforms back on track.
Although the program has faced significant setbacks, one key milestone was achieved during the reporting period. The Electricity Company of Ghana successfully completed its audited 2025 financial statements, meeting one of the program's transparency requirements. However, progress in other areas have been slower than expected. The rollout of ECG's energy accounting system remains limited, whilst customer service improvement targets have yet to be fully met. The National LPG Promotion Program has also fallen behind schedule, with only a fraction of its intended beneficiaries receiving clean cooking solutions. The report further noted that ECG's collection efficiency have declined, while the combined financial losses of ECG and the Northern Electricity Distribution Company continues to rise instead of reducing as planned. Projects including the nationwide installation of smart meters and the development of a new electricity dispatch system has also been delayed. According to the World Bank, funding approval challenges, new procurement controls, and delays within implementing agencies remains the main obstacle. Despite the downgrade, the bank believes the program can recover if government institution improves coordination, speed up approvals, and fully implements the reforms needed to restore the financial health of Ghana's energy sector.
On the international front, tensions between the United States and Iran have escalated following a series of military exchanges over strategically important Strait of Hormuz. The confrontation, which occurred over the weekend, which was triggered from Iran-targeted a commercial vessel near Oman, leading to U.S. strikes on suspected Iranian military sites. The dispute has intensified fears of a wider regional conflict as both countries remain divided over control of key shipping routes that handles a significant portion of global energy supplies.
The latest confrontation has further strained relations between Washington and Tehran, with both sides issuing warnings over the future of the vital waterway. The United States Central Command said the Strait of Hormuz remains an international maritime route and rejected claims that Iran has control over the passage. U.S. forces said their strikes targeted Iranian military infrastructure, including air defense systems, radar facilities, missile equipment, and fast attack boats. Iran's Revolutionary Guard, however, maintained that the strait falls under Iranian territory and accused the United States of unlawful interference. The group warned that it will respond to any actions it considers a threat to its sovereignty. The escalation comes as both countries approach the halfway point of a 60-day interim agreement aimed at creating conditions for wider peace negotiations. However, diplomatic efforts have slowed as military tensions continue. Security concerns have spread across the region, with missile warning systems activated in Bahrain, which hosts the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet, while Kuwait placed its air defense systems on alert. The renewed dispute has raised concern over global energy markets and shipping routes, as any disruption in the Strait of Hormuz could have major consequences for international trade and regional stability.
Thank you very much for staying with us. Let's take a quick look at our top stories. In higher education, South Africa's first woman VC at Seoul Plage University sets bold vision for 2030. In health, MSF opens Ebola training center in Kenya as DRC outbreak spirals. In business, World Bank downgrades Ghana's energy recovery program. And U.S.-Iran tensions rise over Strait of Hormuz control. And I'll thank you very much for sticking with us on the AAU TV Mid-week News. Get interactive with us via dedicated social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube at Association of African Universities. My name is Maame, Otuakua, Nyame, and do have a lovely week.